All right, guys, welcome back to another interview. Pleased to be joined today by Johnny Rutledge, who, if you don't know who he is, second-round pick, 1999 drafted, the Arizona Cardinals, had a 5-year career, and the guy has really ran the gauntlet. You talk about players that he's been on teams with Hall of Fame credentials, Aeneas Williams, Shannon Sharp. Talk about guys with, single-season standout performances, Clinton Portis, one of my favorite players of all time, Al Wilson, Simeon Rice, and then, of course, can't forget, man, 2 days ago would have been his birthday, the late Pat Tillman. So you've seen everything, so to speak, in terms of on-field performance. And what kind of brought us together is a tweet that you had responded to probably a few weeks ago about 2K getting back into the football game. And the reason I wanted to have you on is, so you can kind of expound upon your comments. And what it was you wrote, as a former NFL player, Madden doesn't capture the essence of the NFL, and it's the only thing that we have to play. So just to start off with the beginning of that, when you talk about the essence of football, what do you feel is most lacking when you play Madden currently?
Well, first I want to say that Madden is fun, but flawed. I mean, the thing about Madden is they get certain parts of the game right. They don't focus on the little things that make football.
So now when you play the game, and certainly I think some people may not appreciate the time and effort that goes in to an NFL week. You obviously sat in meeting rooms for days, probably, throughout your career.
Yes, man. Yes. So long time in those rooms.
Yeah, hopefully staying awake. But as a player, when you see those things fail to execute on the field properly or the way you anticipate reactions being made, how does it impact you playing the game as a gamer?
Well, first of all, defensive linemen don't get stuck on blocks that long. Those guys are taught to hit and get off. So, I mean, in Madden, those guys get stuck on blocks. I mean, you're able to run stretch plays, sweep plays easily. I mean, but in the pros, they are on and off so fast. I mean, that's what Madden's kind of lacking.
So the other part of it, obviously, a lot of strategy goes in to football. A lot of isolating players, especially where you played in the linebacking core. A lot of difference in what you can do from, a will or a middle linebacker across the board, and having to be identified by the offensive line. Kind of those whole schematics of breaking down how coverage is, what's going to be read. How do you feel Madden lacks from the offensive perspective, trying to assign those, positions, so to speak, to linebackers and obviously have the ability for the user to read coverage and break down, run, pass, play action, and those things?
Well, I've been playing Madden for years now. I mean, I don't know how long, and I have never seen once where a center actually points out the linebacker ever in Madden, but on Sundays, every game and every play, the center always points out the middle linebacker.
The other thing when we talk about strategy, and to go back to the film room, is obviously, and one of my biggest pet peeves in Madden is you'll spend a long amount of time going through, little nuances, little cues of a certain play, trying to, shut down, for lack of a better term, an offensive threat, whether it's a player or a scheme. When you break down plays in Madden, you never really have that same issue where you can go back and isolate it and say, this is why we didn't execute properly, this is why the play didn't work, and this is how we can correct it going forward. As a player, when you don't see those things replicated in the game correctly, how does that make you feel in terms of maybe having someone younger using Madden maybe as maybe not having the opportunity, rather, to use it as a learning tool to maybe bring football into their life a little bit more and taking the next step to maybe playing on a peewee team or something along those lines?
Well, Madden isn't a true sin. I mean, Madden is actually it's fun, and it's not for the hardcore football gamers. I mean, I would say it's for guys that's 12 to 20 college kids that just love playing the game. I mean, but just for hardcore football fans, guys can't play cover two man the whole game. Madden, guys just do that all day. They'll play two man, cover three, cover two the whole game. The pros, trust me, Peyton Manning will put up 70 points on you playing two man, cover three, and cover two the whole game.
To go back to what we talked about, I mean, obviously, in my opinion, you've played with some greats. There's no doubt about it. But I always don't know if you can quite have the impact with Madden through those single players that
Correct.
you can in real life. And Simeon Rice, to me, is a great example. Guy that had an unbelievably high motor. So was Al Wilson, even though they had, relatively, some might say, short careers. Do you feel that in Madden, from a defensive perspective, you're able to bring in those players that can kind of show that flash and change the chemistry of a defense around and make it feel like a unique experience when you play them currently, or not?
They're getting better, but defensive tackles have no impact on the game. On third down, they don't even get a push. I mean, guys like Sue, good tackles in the league. I mean, they don't even show up on third down in Madden. As far as the end play, the guys are relatively the same. I mean, you have guys that they can rush, but they don't make any plays in the game to where you're actually fearing them playing Madden.
Now, when you play the game, do you play as a linebacker or do you play off as another position?
Usually I'll play with the Mike backers. Sometimes I'll play with the safety. That depends on the down and distance situations in the game. So I change it up some.
To get to the latter part of the statement, obviously we all know, the NFL right now has given the exclusive license to EA. But before that, we did have games from 2K. Were you ever able to experience those at all? Obviously, some of them actually came out where you were obviously still active in the league. But did you have time playing NFL 2K5? Did you have time to play all pro football?
Hey, I want to tell you this. All of the players love 2K5. I hadn't seen one player that didn't say this was the closest thing to pro ball playing in the game. So, all of the guys love 2K5.
That's a huge statement. I hope you know that.
Yeah, it is huge because it was almost a sin. And I just wish that they could and just get those right swipes back and then just make the game, because that was the closest thing to a sim that pro players had.
And obviously, it's one thing for, the group of YouTube commentators to sit here and say these things or show these things or elaborate these points, but it's quite another to have somebody who's actually been in the sport and played it in real life say that. What do you think it would take to get another competitor back in the marketplace, up and running, to make a game again?
To be honest, I don't think that we'll get it. EA Sports and the National League, they are like holding hands now. So I don't really think that we'll get it, but I hope I'm wrong. But I don't really think that we'll see a 2K game again.
Okay,
really
well, that's obviously not what a lot of people want to hear, and probably you yourself don't want to hear it either as much, let alone say.
Right.
But to wrap things up, I know you've got a lot of other things going on in your life right now. I'll go ahead and give you a minute. I appreciate your time, but anything else that you want to specifically speak about, or I can link to, of course, going on right now with you that people may want to take a look into, or maybe spend some time looking at.
Oh, no, just know that I'm a gamer. I love Madden. I love my shooters. So I just want to see the game represented right. that's it.
Well, I think that's what I want too. So maybe we'll have you do a couple breakdowns with me. Who knows? Probably do a better job and take the channel away from me. I appreciate you taking time to come in and do an interview, and hopefully, we'll put something together in the future again as well.
Cool. All right, man. Thank you.